Well, hey everybody, I'm John Ritland. This is
The Durbinator.
This is a review of AEW Nitro, because that's what I'm going to call it until this show improves in quality. The gloves
It's mid-cardable.
The gloves are coming off now with mid-cardable. That's what you're going to go with.
Yeah.
Actually, I like that. The gloves are coming off now when it comes to AEW. You fans can shred me in the comments if you want, but if I'm going to criticize WWE for the low-quality programming they've been putting out,
Yeah.
and if I'm going to shred, New Japan when they put on, I would never be able to do that.
I know.
If I'm going to shred New Japan for stuff, then the precious AEW
Neither.
does. No, I mean, you could probably do better than I could. But honestly, guys, this was so great when we do this, because it's like 90% jokes, 5% analysis, 5% whatever.
All right, so where were we?
So let's be honest about this, though. They have some good stuff. They have some good stuff going. This is also AEW going all dark with the BDSM cult stuff is pretty much what they're doing.
There's only one guy in a gimp mask.
What? Not Allie? Well, Allie's not a guy. It's true. This is from
never mind.
This is from Champaign, Illinois.
Champaign.
Champaign?
Champaign.
Okay. So we have JR, Shivani, Excalibur on commentary 1. Get out of the way. Yes, massive audio issues here. I don't know if the production truck was... I don't know if the production staff was getting blown by all the interns or whatever, and they weren't
They
paying
had less of
attention.
a sound mixer and more of a sound blender.
They put that tender sound in a blender. So...
They watched that spin around to a beautiful oblivion.
Rendezvous.
It wasn't beautiful, but it was an oblivion.
It wasn't. They did fix it eventually, but...
Eventually.
About 10 minutes.
Everything
Not 10
from the
minutes.
audio to the color of the, color grading
That
was...
was odd.
Things were a little washed out, I think.
They were. Speaking of...
audio was constantly on and off. The crowd noise was turned down in favor of commentary, which is the opposite of what I commended AEW for at first, but hey.
To be fair, Shivani and Excalibur would be great on commentary. JR got off some better lines here. Hopefully didn't actually get off on commentary. He's hating on women 40 years younger than him. But anyway, Young Bucks and Dustin Rhodes in Young Bucks tights, which was kind of funny, versus Proud and Powerful and Sammy Guevara.
Yes.
It was fine. It was good. It was a lot of flippy shit, a lot of stuff, no psychology, so a typical Young Bucks match.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was some psychology. They've actually gotten better with it. I'm just not a fan of the video game wrestling stuff. But I get that there's an audience. We were at a Defy show where the Bucks suddenly showed up. And the 500 people made a reaction that was like 3,000. The Bucks have an audience.
Yeah.
Whether I'm a fan, I'm part of that audience or not, well, I'm not. But I can respect people that are.
Anyway.
Match was fine. Dustin did some good moves. Hit a
solid opener.
Hit a destroyer at one point.
That's the Great Curtain Jerker.
That. Remember the name Gold Dust? No. Ref distraction because of all the Proud and Powerful using their stiff socks.
Sammy Guevara hits an amazing 630 and kick out of 2.
At one point, Excalibur saying Escalar and Tony Schiavone, man, I do love those Escalars. I don't know why Shivani's commentary is amusing me so much, but he just sees me having so much fun.
It does put butts in seats. They'll ever disappear.
It will never disappear. We get Guevara getting his phone out to blog, and then the shooting star video, and he actually turned off the video right after that. You pointed that out.
Yeah, he was like sitting there, and you could just see him like using the camera, like turn that off.
We do get the double Meltzer driver bad landing, whatever the fuck that was, by Nick or whichever one's balding, I think. 1, 2, 3. So the Bucks and Dustin Rhodes win.
Yep.
Buxton Rhodes. That's what we're gonna call them. Announcers run down the card, and then
not the Dust Bucks.
Better, much better. We get Phoenix and Trent and the Useless, as I'm calling them now. This is playing out the story where
they contributed to the match.
They contribute by being in the back. There is an audience for Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy, that's fine. But I just ask that people let me vent. I'm not going to vent now. Trent had beaten Pentagon on AEW Dark, and then the Best Friends stupidly beat the Lucha Bros last week, where Orange Cassidy was in a turkey suit, which was fitting. Thankfully, they rectified this. We got Phoenix winning. The problem is this match was a little bit long. They don't need to make every match so long.
No.
I mean, did you think it was too long?
Yeah, it did go on for a little bit too long on there, especially given that it's Trent versus Ray Phoenix, who are very talented, but more time could have been allotted to other matches.
Phoenix also is clearly the star of this, and Trent is very good. I've seen a lot of his stuff over the years. He's very good. He needs to be a single star. He needs to get away from these other two. But it works for the crowd.
Oh.
It was a weird muscle buster variation. I don't know what they called it, but then Trent beat up Phoenix during the commercial break.
Yeah.
There was some... It wasn't that the commercial break...
There was a lot of pip going.
Yeah, and there... Oh,
Picture-in-picture.
Okay, I was wondering. This wasn't... I don't mind the picture-in-picture stuff. They badly timed this stuff, though.
Yes.
Having a way to hook the audience is great.
And sometimes a commercial break can be very strategic in terms of breaking up the pace of a show.
Hooking the audience.
Yes.
But...
The cliffhanger, if you would.
I'm now just picturing Sylvester Stallone acting badly, trying to rescue that woman. Remember that? Remember Cliffhanger?
You remember Sylvester Stallone acting badly? Wait.
Okay. Acting
It could be worse.
Please.
It could be Frank.
God. Just reminds me of the Norm Macdonald skip. Anyway. Cody interview with Shivani. He mentions the Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny about 80 million times. And then channels Flair with, hey, and... What? Huh? I thought it was a few... I thought it was more than just two.
Yes.
Oh, 3. Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't see how... I don't pay attention to how many fingers you display. So anyway... I saw that! But anyway, Cody channeling Ric Flair here. It's like Ric Flair back at near Starrcade 98 was like, Bischoff, what's it gonna take? And he starts stripping off his clothes, throwing money and everything, and saying, what's it gonna take? Is it gonna take all this gold watch? So Cody throws or has these keys to this, like, you know, expensive Ford, his watch, a case full of money, which is appropriate for the amount of money Tony Khan's been burning on some of this stuff. But it was cool because it was channeling that stuff. As you said,
$50,000. The entire budget AEW has for the rest of the year.
Without burning through more money and not going under, but Khan's invested, family's invested is what it is. It was legit a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that's good. It was good. It was as you said, what's old is new again.
Yes.
And cherry picking some stuff that actually worked. That stuff with Flair worked. Thankfully, they didn't have Cody say that he had heart issues like Flair did back then. They actually did that, and it was uncomfortable. And then we get a Janela interview. He can neither cut promos nor wrestle. That is what I have determined with Joey Janela.
He does need some work on his promos.
I mean, you could. What do you think of it?
The promo?
Yeah.
He was trying his best.
Yeah. He was trying to act like a badass, and it's like, I'm an inch taller than him. I'm not saying I'm tough, but when I'm an inch taller than somebody, and they don't look like they could whip anybody...
Oh, stop bragging about an inch, dude. Come on.
Chris, when have I ever bragged about inches?
John Moxley had the perfect comeback. Phrasing.
Oh, God!
And all he did is he looked at Janela and he goes, kids.
Man, you want to talk about comeback? Wow, that's a paradigm shift right there. So, we get... Oh, boy. We get...
Oh, my.
It's a Dark Order vignette.
Okay.
Go ahead. I remember.
So the Dark Order vignette that they had here was a continuation of what they've been doing previously with that cult leader vibe. If they had done this from the beginning, I might view the Dark Order a little bit differently than I do now. Because this actually has build, this has backstory, this has something. It seems like in the past couple weeks they realized that maybe they do need a bit sports entertainment in there. In terms of like using some storyline vignettes, things like that.
Okay.
If you're gonna have something funky like the Dark Order, you gotta have something funky to go with it. And I don't mean Brodus Clay.
No, he's too busy allegedly assaulting women.
Anyway, yeah. So what it was is one of the people was ready to be recruited, and he was like, "What is your motive?" "Revenge." And then of course they get so they allow him into the Dark Order. And then they get this one guy who's like, all I wanted were some friends.
He'd been featured in a few of the other ones recently.
And then they decided instead of having him sell a kick or two, whatever, to focus on using camera cuts. So, Stu Grayson kicks the cameraman, which causes the big guy to fall over. And then the creepers run up to him and they start raking the eyes and raking the face and then just like gently like scratching him and palming him.
It's like Manos the Hands of Fate, if you've seen that.
Maybe that was what they were referencing. But anyway.
Master can't have you.
Anyway, the vignette was not well produced in the sense that if you want those creepers to seem intimidating, maybe not have them, gently palming their prepared prey.
Like Manos.
Yeah.
Who was the woman in the mask, I wonder? I mean, you did...
Add some effects, add some shadows instead, like have like a fire nearby that's playing shadows against the tree and it looks like the guy's being attacked. You can use that implied violence to make them more intimidating. Instead, you had them on screen. Ow, I'm a cat.
I mean, that's fair. I agree with you that maybe if they had started with this stuff, but it just... I don't like it.
It has soiled the bed for a lot of people.
I do, and I get what you're saying and what you're presenting actually makes sense. I have given up on this gimmick. Nothing is going to make me buy into it.
I think they need like someone who's actually good at video productions in their video productions truck.
They need to waste less money on some of the talents they're wasting on and put it more into video production. In my opinion. But
making a video isn't hard. It's the editing that's the difficult part.
True. We then get Nyla Rose. But again, you liked it.
And getting people to cooperate with the script.
That's true. Nyla Rose versus Leva Bates. This isn't going to take long.
It does not take long.
Yeah. Leg drop off the ropes, and Nyla Rose hits a double chokeslam on her and Peter Avalon, and then hits the Beast Bomb for 3. That's how you build a monster. You know how you also build a monster? Shanna, who was attacked backstage recently, and Nyla subbed on AEW Dark. Shanna comes out and attacks her, gets in some moves. Nyla stands strong, hits a winding slam, does this and lays her out, and then puts the referee through a table and then puts Shanna on top of the guy.
And what a great time for there to be a commercial while all of this is happening.
That's true. Well, yeah, right after the winding slam, is when they went on. Yeah, and I agree with you.
They should have just waited for the segment to be over, hit the commercial.
And then had Jericho.
Or let the match finish, go to commercial. Like actual commercial, the for realsies commercials. Yeah. When they come back, Nyla's still in the ring. She's celebrating, or still beating up the librarians.
Yeah.
Much to the crowd's enjoyment.
Because the librarians suck.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't mind that. I mean, but I wouldn't have minded Shanna beating her up. If they went to commercial right after the Beast Bomb, okay. Then Shanna comes out, Nyla's celebrating. Shanna comes out, winding slam, and then you come back and the table spot's there. Mm-hmm. Something like that. What you said was fine. Pauses like that, though, are going to kill it for the live crowd.
Yeah.
It kills it with WWE. But I get what you're saying. They're trying to hook the audience and everything. And then, so Nyla ends up getting suspended later because she put her hands on a referee. I think it's the same referee that botched the 3 count in Hangman Page and Pac, so he deserved that powerbomb. Hopefully he's not hurt, but honestly, Nyla did us all a favor. Jericho, the gift of Jericho. Sweet Christ, Jericho, would you stop drinking so much?
I'm having a lot of bit of the bubbly.
God,
I've got a serious problem.
If he shakes that thing anymore, it's gonna go off.
I'm gonna drink.
Why is Swagger a nurse's maid? Or nurse's aide or something? Why?
So tell us, what was Ron Burgundy up to?
Wait, Swagger?
Yeah, he's all dressed in burgundy.
For God's sakes. He says, I got a little list. No, you guys stop cheering. Get out of 2016.
Yeah.
Which is good. He blasts Cody and Mox about 20 times.
The lexicon of Les Champions.
Yeah, he blasts the Bucks, Papa and Uncle Buck and everything. He just blasts all these people. People that he won't face, basically. And then here's the Jungle Express. So
and Marco Stunt is challenging for the title. Just kidding.
I would actually hope that Tony Khan would shut the company down if that happened.
Luchasaurus is also not invited.
He did have one good line, though. About dinosaurs. Is that how you think I sound? That's okay. We've been marginalized for 65 million years. He is committed to this.
I love it.
It's a stupid
He
gimmick.
shouldn't talk as much, though. His voice is not very intimidating. It does not match his frame.
No, but it worked. It worked. Having him cut small stuff like this was fine. And then he stares at Marco. He should have laid him out with a code breaker. Should have had Swagger beat him up. I'm sorry. I said how I feel about Marco.
Is he worth the effort?
Of employing him in the ring? No.
Okay.
Beating him up? Probably not. No.
Well, the Champaign?
No. And he says, Jungle Boy, what? You couldn't even last 10 minutes with me, which already makes me flashback to when Ted DiBiase challenged Dustin Rhodes when he was feuding with Dusty Rhodes, and they did a 10-minute challenge match on Superstars. Tell me how I remember this stuff, Chris.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Well, because you've been watching wrestling for so long.
You're saying I'm old.
So long.
So, that Jungle Boy is going to face off against Jericho because he's contractually obligated to have one more match. Not for the title, but it's going to be a 10-minute challenge match. What do you think of this?
It was good. I don't think it was bad. The Lexicon of Le Champion is a great little twist on the list of Jericho.
And Lexicon, I don't think means what Jericho thinks it means.
In the end, it was good. I think they really need to have people taught how to improvise lines a little better. Just in the company in general right now.
No.
But yeah, overall, it wasn't bad.
To be fair, some of them may have not been
The
on this
crowd was so for Jungle Boy, though.
They were. They were for Jungle Boy, they were for Luchasaurus, and then they started cheering Marco Stunt, and I gave up on the crowd. There are people who like him, and that's fine. I have my opinions, you have yours. So, Chris Statlander, oh, by the way, they brawled also, so you had two people brawling with another two people.
With Marco Stunt doing his best.
Which would be out of the ring and over the rail and in the crowd where he should be.
That's usually what he ends up doing when he jumps over, but yeah.
Right. Chris Statlander versus Hikaru Shida, referee Aubrey, and Hikaru Shida is the #1 contender. Well, this match was quite good.
Yes.
Because it was a women's match that actually served a purpose. Chris Statlander, I don't think you had seen her in a match before.
No, I was
well, maybe
away during because it's Spokane.
Yeah, but you might have seen her at one where she was like no, she might have only been on Dark actually any other times. But what do you think of seeing Chris Statlander the first time?
She's pretty good.
Got great size, great ability. Only been wrestling for about 3 to 4 years. Hikaru Shida is a star. You can build around her as opposed to Riho. Not saying that Riho's bad.
Which is why
Chris Statlander won with the Big Bang Theory. Which, by the way, that move alone was better than the whole goddamn series.
Yeah. I haven't even watched the whole series.
I watched like a couple episodes and I hated it. Hikaru Shida losing though.
They're smart. That's funny. We laugh at smart things.
That was the basis of the show. Yeah. So Hikaru Shida losing. Now, I don't mind it if they have no plans to have Riho have a challenger yet. They want it middle of the pack, this kind of stuff. But if you don't establish somebody right away, to build your women's division, it's a bit odd.
Yeah.
Now, Statlander gained this victory. Fine. Then everything comes to a screeching halt because you get Kong. Cool.
Because the production team had a big glass of brandy.
They did. Kong, fine. You want to have Brandy there, fine. Brandy is Stephanie McMahon 2014. Okay.
She's not degrading the staff constantly.
To me, she's a charisma vacuum. That's mainly what I say. But I agree with that part.
And at least she doesn't believe that that philanthropy is a new form of marketing.
Nope. Brandy just believes she actually belongs in wrestling.
She's the chief brandy officer.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think we need a lot of brandy to deal with her. Chris Statlander and Kong have a stare down. And then she says, well, hey, why don't you join the Nightmare Collective? It's a stupid name. It's an objectively stupid...
The Nightmare Collective.
Oh, she wants Statlander to join her. I'm gonna just say,
us.
Yeah, I would say Chris to join her, but then that would imply that she was channeling through the TV wanting you to join. This is dumb. Why are we coming up with so many factions? We are not 1999 WWE or WCW.
Yep.
It just... Giving people a character, giving people a reason is one thing, but just Brandy is a charisma vacuum. She sucks. Plain and simple. She's not good. I'm sorry.
No.
She may be a lovely person, but she's not whatever. Some lady suddenly shows up. I'll pledge you. I thought it was Sage Beckett. We thought it was Sage Beckett.
We both did.
It's actually Melanie Cruz from Shimmer. I seen a little bit of her.
And now her head's gonna shine because...
How long have you been waiting to say that?
I just came up with
Oh, okay. I wasn't actually sure. She pledges and has her head. She has everything shaved. Everything. It was uncomfortable. TNT probably should have put the kibosh on that. But they can go to the back. And then we get Daniels and Pentagon Jr. And look, Daniels is selling the fact that he had nerve damage and all this stuff and everything.
Good.
Daniels does a cool dive to start the match. But then
When Brandon Cutler gets hurt, it's nerve damage? Anyway...
You know he had new gear for AEW Dark?
Nope.
It looked like the Ascension. But bad landing for Daniels on the ramp. I think he was selling the fact that he had the nerve damage still and he came back too soon. I really hope that's what it was.
He's also...
Almost 50.
Right.
We've seen him wrestle 3 times this year.
Yes.
And actually, God, we got to see him in I think 3 matches in 2 days.
Yeah.
And he wrestled he still wrestles at a high level. Phoenix ends up causing a distraction. Penta uses his package to get the victory. His package pile driver, that is. Fine. Good. Lucha Bros should be the ones to take tag titles off of SCU. I like SCU. You can tell. I got the shirt from them.
Yeah.
But that's where they are angling, I think. We also got a Lucha Bros shirt. Then we get Butcher, Blade, and the Bunny a promo. And I'm sorry. I'm too busy laughing because I can't take it seriously.
It's a whole lot of bunny business with that gimp mask. But the situation with this one here, I don't think Ali is the right person to be the mouthpiece for this trio. They need someone with more charisma.
And one of the people's her husband. She's probably a good mouthpiece.
Oh, dude.
I think Ali.
Anyway,
I'm not as down on Ali as you are. But I get what you're saying.
Her delivery is not good.
Also, it could be the fact they're trying to do a spin on a character she had an impact. This will not take long, though. Moxley versus Janela. We get a table spot at one point. The match is fine. It didn't last as long as the sanctioned lights out match that they put up on YouTube, so it's sanctioned. We get 2 paradigm shifts, one on the turnbuckle, one in the ring, 1, 2, 3, and Moxley wins. Yep. Thank Christ. And then the inner circle jerk comes down in the crowd like Moxley did last week, and we fade to black.
Inner circle jerk go?
Drink it in? No.
But yeah, anyway, they fade to black. And the show's over.
The Black Magic. No.
Black Magic Woman.
C+.
Yeah, I'd say C+ is a fair grade for the show. There are a lot of rooms for improvement, and not just in the audio.
Yeah, taking that out of account, it's just C+. It was better than last week, but I'm just sorry. When you got Brandy out there talking, I just want to hit myself in the head. So anyway, that would be.
Anyway, there's a poll.
Oh, there is, right?
You can grade along with us.
You could do
let us
that.
know what you think of the show. Leave a comment down below. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell.
Do that. I'm going to be uploading some stuff tomorrow.
Tell your friends about us, or don't.
I'm
not your dad.
Right. Also, NXT review. NXT review tonight.
Yes.
The fuck. So, NXT review tonight and some other stuff tomorrow. We will be back. Will we be back for SmackDown?
Yeah.
Friday?
Probably.
Okay.
Anyway.
We don't know how to end a goddamn show.
Bye.